before we do that, let's have this.
Wynne Evans, first event of the show.
Yes, my first guest on BBC Radio Wales today is convinced that he has the perfect way to make good on those New Year's fitness resolutions and a way of keeping them alive. They enjoy water-filled trenches and even electric shocks. Tim, I hope that's not together, because that could be a disaster.
No, we try and avoid killing our customers if possible. The paperwork's just too much. Yeah.
If there was no paperwork, we'd do it tomorrow, Wynne. Absolutely.
It's bad for business, I don't come back.
Now, tell me, right, this sounds, I gotta be honest, from me, you know, I'm not the fittest person in the world. It sounds
You're
fun.
joking.
Yeah, I know you can't believe that. It sounds fun on one level, but it sounds like hell on the other level. Tell us exactly what it is.
Right, basically, Muddy Mountain takes place in a beautiful hillside in mid Wales near Aberystwyth, and it's a 5 or 10 kilometre course, and it's an obstacle course, and it's very muddy, and you run through rivers and lakes, climbing up walls. There's loads of different obstacles, like 35 different obstacles, and all sorts of people take part in it, and that's it really. You kind of put your body through hell, but it's such a good feeling when you cross the line at the end. It's a challenge, really, and that's what it's all about. People getting out there, getting fit, getting out in the fresh air, and challenging themselves.
It sounds great, right? But like you said, it does feel like hell, I'm sure, at the time. What kind of person does this? Are we talking gym bunnies, or are we talking, you know, fatties?
Well, for the interest of balance, there's lots of different mud races all over the UK, although not that many in Wales, actually.
Right.
And different races aim themselves at different people. And I didn't want to pitch Muddy Mountain at these kind of super fit athletes, you know, people like yourself. I wanted it to be accessible to everyone. So that's why we don't time it. There's no winners as such. It's just a challenge. So we've got like a group of it's about 8 dinner ladies from a local school. All in
Really?
They're taking part, yeah. And then we also have like I think there's a dozen paras who are all on leave coming to do it as well. So you get a massive cross section. I think there's about 15 nurses from the pharmacy in Bromgleis, and they're doing it for charity. They're raising about £2,000 for charity. So you really get a big cross section of people, which is great.
And there's always somebody in a Scooby-Doo outfit.
Always, yes.
Yeah,
There's always got to be a blue wig or a Batman. You know, I mean, it's not the same if you haven't got a Batman.
I love it. Tell me about these obstacles then.
Right.
What kind of thing could I expect? Because I've read the words fighter jets and stuff like this. What's that all about?
Yeah, that's just because where we are in mid Wales, it's kind of on the loop where the RAF do all their training. So I was up there earlier this morning, and right at the top of the course, just on top of the mountain, you level with the fighter jets as they scream past.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I was going to say, look, Tim, I don't want. I'm not a qualified accountant, but you're gonna blow the budget here if you're hiring fighter jets.
Yeah. Tickets are about £4,000. No, we don't call in the RAF. They just happen to be going past, but it's spectacular. They fly past every couple of hours.
I bet it is.
But yeah, this morning we had a Eurofighter Typhoon jet.
Wow.
And literally, it was level. We were building a big obstacle right on the top of the mountain, and it was level. You could see the pilot and everything as he screamed past.
So what kind of obstacles are we talking about here?
Right, loads of different ones. So the standard ones, like you'd see on any obstacle course, you know, like scramble nets and walls and stuff to climb over and under and all that sort of stuff. Lakes to run through, so there's about a waist deep lake that you have to trudge through, and a river you got to run through, all this sort of stuff. But then we also have some slightly unusual ones. The one you mentioned at the top of the show called Aftershock. So essentially, it's just 8,500 volts of electricity. And you run through it, and it's enough to, you know, fell a medium-sized horse, I think. So it'll give you a bit of a bump as you go through. There's different techniques. You can crawl through it, or just blast through it, or people try and pick their way around all the wires and stuff like that. So
You just got to go for it, haven't you?
do you know what? It's so funny. You stand on the side and everyone's screaming and yelping and stuff like that. It's really funny. It's really good fun to watch.
I'd love to. You've got to take some videos and put that up online.
You see it for yourself. I was speaking to your production crew before I just come on there now, and they've all whipped around and got your ticket. So,
yeah, they've been trying to get me to sit.
I enjoyed a free bag of chips and a can of Fanta, so we'll see you on Sunday. Eh?
Oh God, I can't imagine anything worse. How long is it going to take me to complete the course? Not me,
It'll
but
take
one.
you about 4 days. Everyone else about an hour and a half.
And how many nutters are you expecting to turn up there?
Sunday, probably about pushing a couple of hundred, I think. So
Okay.
We did one last year, and we did it later in the year, and that was over 300 people bought tickets. But this one's quite close to Christmas. And so there's a few less this time. So yeah, just pushing a couple of hundred, I think, 180, something like that in a minute.
Any prizes? Because I know, quiz break, luxury umbrella. What are you giving away?
No, we don't give any prizes for two main reasons, really.
Right.
Number one, I'm really mean. And it's cheaper. No, the main reason being is I said earlier that like anyone can take part, and so it's a challenge. So whilst we've got screens with timing clocks on, we don't release times or there's no prizes, there's no winner as such, because as soon as you do that, it puts people off taking part.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you compare it with each other, so there's no winner as such. Although there are timing screens, we don't publish times, anything like that. So that way, it doesn't matter if you walk around the course and it takes you hours and hours, or crawl round, as I would, or whether you sprint it around and you're a super fit sort of para and do it in 45 minutes sort of thing. So, yeah, there's no prizes. Mostly because I'm mean.
When I look at this, it's screaming out kids as well. Is there a kids version?
Yeah, we do a kids version, which is really good actually, and we take out some of the more barbaric obstacles like the electric fences and stuff like that.
You're all art, aren't you?
So we take those out, but the kids still do 5 kilometres, and it's really tough. But they have such a whale of a time. They all go back and they get some bumps and bruises and stuff like that. But that's kind of what being a kid's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think maybe we should be doing more of that with our kids, really, and not wrapping them in cotton wool so much as we do.
Absolutely. Look, Tim, this sounds absolutely fantastic, and thanks very much for talking to me about it. Good luck for this Sunday. That's the Muddy Mountain Challenge event just outside Aberystwyth near Penrhyn Coch, which opens at 10:45 this Sunday, and the race starts at 12 noon. Well, it's not a race, is it? The event starts at 12 noon. So for your place, go to the website, take this down. I won't be. Take this down. Although, what a lovely guy. muddymountain.co.uk. Here's one for my daughter. She loves this lot. It's One Direction. You gotta